Well, but then it goes to June Bloom, right?
Hopefully not, but probably.
And now there's
Right?
also a term
Probably.
for July. I
No
heard something
Sky
else.
July.
There it is.
It is time to take a coffee break. We're
Nice job,
starting
Chris.
with some wisdom a famous investor has for this year's college grads.
Maybe making people think differently about what to look for in the first job.
Okay.
Shark Tank's Barbara Corcoran, she's known for dishing out
Love
career
her.
advice. Yeah, she's pretty awesome. She's telling this year's grads to focus on something other than money for their first jobs.
1. Don't let your major define yourself. Number 2. Don't take any job based on how much it pays, but take it on the important thing, how much it will teach you. Number 3. Always choose the best boss. Having a good boss.
Choose the boss, not the money. It helps when you get both, though. If you can do that, awesome. Multi-millionaire has some data that backer points up. Recent MIT study found that toxic workplace culture is one of the top reasons why people quit their jobs. And a workplace expert told Business Insider, a bad boss won't just jeopardize your career growth, but also negatively impact your personal life. So it's not just, money helps, but it's not just about the money.
I know, but we've talked about this before. I think all of us in our first jobs only made like $18,000 a year. or
That
whatever.
much, huh?
14.5 over here.
14. What city were you in?
Rhinelander, Wisconsin, the booming
okay.
metropolis.
But didn't you learn
Right.
so much at that job?
I did. I also learned I never want to live in Wisconsin again.
Wisconsin, I hear it's great.
Apologies to,
visit.
those
To visit,
visiting
okay.
from
To visit.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lovely place to visit. I'm just not made for that weather.
Yeah, no, it does make sense though. My first boss, she was very hard on me, very much that coach-like mentality, and I learned so much. But at first, I'm like, I'm not meant to do this. I need to leave the business. But I learned so much for her. Now she's become like a mentor, so
that's
been
great.
cool to have over time. So, choose the boss, not the money.
Yep. We all have a wish list of things we want to buy or do, and a new study finds that's actually a good thing. In a new poll, people reveal they spend 2.5 hours dream scrolling each day.
2.5 hours.
Yes,
It's a long. Yeah, where do you
It's
get
only
that time?
20.
I
4.
don't know. Like, where do people get this time? Apparently, this, though, is when you spend time browsing purchases you dream about, but don't actually make. And while that's a lot of scrolling time, as you guys all indicated, consumer experts say the habit can motivate us to reach our financial goals. Some of the things people spend most of their time longing for, homes or apartments,
That makes sense.
vacations, as well as beauty and self-care products. I feel like this is just an extension. Remember a few years ago, everyone was doing those like wish boards.
Oh,
or,
yeah, the dream boards,
The dream
yeah.
boards, those types of things. So now we just do it online, apparently, ourselves.
But I also feel like if you do it too much, it can make you feel like what you have is not enough. So I think you have to be careful of
Or maybe
that.
give you motivation to work a little harder, or find your passion and go from there.
True. I used to scroll homes a lot before we bought our first place. I was also learning, what I wanted, what I didn't want.
Yeah.
But I've had to mute some things on social media that don't make me feel good.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Does looking at Zillow count? Because
I
I just
love
like
Zillow,
looking at
yes.
houses.
Right.
This is fun.
Well, are you spending
That is
2.5
your
hours a day
Not,
doing that?
gosh, I hope not. I don't
It's
think
probably
so.
not all in one chunk. It's like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there.
Yeah,
Well,
it all adds
maybe.
up. So when we do win that lottery, we can buy those dream homes and
There you go.
dream vacations.
Well, people are starting to take their wellness a lot more seriously after the pandemic. And for some, that's meant giving up coffee.
Oh.
No.
According to the Wall Street
Please.
Journal, everyone from CEOs to tech workers and celebrities are touting the benefits of living without caffeine.
Okay.
Instead, they're turning to things like cold plunges, short walks, and naps for an extra boost of energy.
This is so hippy dippy.
The founder of a more natural alternative to coffee also told the newspaper he sensed that people are bragging less about how many cups of coffee they've had in a day and instead focusing on how much rest they get. Now, you guys all know I do not drink coffee. I've never had a cup of
Blows
coffee.
my mind.
You've never had a cup of coffee?
I've taken like a sip and I've been like, no, I don't like it. My husband's tried to like introduce me to different types. I don't like any of them. And at this point, I feel like if I can survive working a morning show with a newborn, I probably don't need to take it up now.
Good for
I
you.
think,
Good for you,
I think
Christine.
you've made it through the gauntlet.
Yeah.
I have, right? So I'm just gonna brag a little bit.
Yeah, are you bragging about getting rest though? I don't really hear
No.
you
Because
bragging
she's
about
always
getting
tired
She's
too.
always
We're all
tired.
always tired,
I'm just
but
I guess I have some natural energy.
Are you doing
Oh, there
cold
you go.
plunges?
No.
And
I
what
do
was
drink
it?
she's
tea.
just tired. No coffee.
I'm just tired.
Yeah.
I'm just crabby all the time.
Amber Lee,
Yay.
Amber Lee just does coffee too, or tea as well. I know the rest of us will like switch up between energy drinks and coffee, which is probably not good long term, but we wake
But
up.
we need
we
it.
wake up
I've
so
also
early.
never had an energy drink.
Oh, really?
Christine, you
Good
are
for
just
you.
too good.
Thanks.
I know, you get the gold star
Yeah,
today.
right.
Guys, thanks.
All right, let's talk about animals. There's an animal shelter in Boston. It pampers their adoptable pets ahead of National Rescue Dog Day. That was yesterday. And take a look. The Animal Rescue League of Boston.
So sweet.
Yeah, they paired with a famous pet-friendly hotel to photograph the dogs, cats, even some guinea pigs that are up for adoption.
Oh, look at that regal
Isn't that
dog.
adorable? You see that picture, they're like, I want that for a baby. Well, they took the fancy shots all over historic ballrooms and rooms and even some of the decor. Now, the photographer told People magazine she wanted to be involved because she knows a great portrait can make it that much easier
Oh my goodness.
for those animals to find their forever homes. Wasn't that adorable?
That's very cute.
So-
It is all about the photo, because
It is
I
all-
remember
yeah.
when I was looking, for our first dog, and I'd go on Pet Finder, and some of the photos were so bad that you were like,
See, I
is
love
that dog
dogs
okay?
that are ugly.
I do too.
Well,
Or
I'm
like
not talking
the
about
hairless
being
cats.
ugly. I'm saying
Yeah.
like just like you could barely see them,
Out of
and they looked like they
focus.
weren't well
Oh,
kept,
yeah.
and you worried that they weren't healthy.
Yeah.
So
we want
these
healthy
dogs look very healthy.
They do. They're probably adopted, so
See any in there you like, Paul?
They all look cute.
they all do.
Probably not the guinea pig though.
We all love animals.
Does the dog come with that fancy room?
I know,
Right.
right? A chandelier or two. That's today's coffee break.
CBS News Los Angeles, your local news, streaming wherever, whenever.